Hey y'all, I'm Chancellor and welcome to my YouTube channel, Perfect Chaos, where I'm waking up one soul at a time. So, in these next videos, I'm going to be reading the Emerald Tablets. I'm going to do a chapter per video. So a lot of people asking about making like sleep meditation, sleep hypnosis, stuff like that. So this could be used for that too. I'm going to make some sleep hypnosis and sleep meditation videos as well. But you can use this videos upcoming of the Emerald Tablets to do the same thing, because you're still getting information, you can sleep to it, so I'm just going to read it to you. But in this video, I'm going to read some definitions, some words that are in there that some people may not understand what they are or what they mean, so I'm going to give them to you. And if there's any words that I don't mention that you need to know about, just ask me. Write it in the comments below, and I'll be happy to get back with you. Okay, so, and these are in no specific order. I'm just reading words that I went through that some people may not know what they are. So the first one is aguante. Aguanti. It means in sleep stasis in his aguanti. Chamber for rest. It's like a chamber for rest. Logos. The word of God or principle of divine reason and creative order. Ether. The clear sky, the upper regions of air beyond the clouds. Fetters. A chain or manacle used to restrain a prisoner, typically placed around the ankles. Chem. The native name for Egypt means black and referred to the fertile, black soil of the Nile Valley. Kior was the city of the priesthood of Atlantis on Undal, the island directly across from Unal. There were two cities, or more precisely, two parts of one large city. So you're going to hear Kior, and there you're going to hear Undal and Unal. So you just know they're cities. An island. Islands, one big city. Okay. And let's see. Eon. Aeon is an indefinite or very long period of time, often a period exaggerated for humorous or rhetorical effect. So, and now this is what the definitions they use it for. In astronomy, it's a unit of time equal to 1 billion years. In geology, it's a major division or geological time subdivided into eras. Okay. The halls of Amenti. You're going to hear that a lot in here. They are between the highest and lowest dimensions, distorting the only truth that exists in the universe. The omega point stands for divine reason, equal to wisdom, unconditional love, source, God, the creator, the one, whichever one you want to call it. That's what they say for the definition. AE, and it's spelled AYE, means it's said to express assent, yes. So when you hear me say AE, it means yes. Ye, YE, is plural from of thou, and thou meaning you. These are archaic. Heed, HEED, pay attention, listen to. Whence, from what place or source, from whence we came, or from whence you came, from a place. Requited, make appropriate return, so just make an appropriate return, of favor, service, or wrongdoing. Dweller, a person or animal that lives in a specified place. So it's from a specific place. Homage, special honor or respect shown publicly. Cudgels, you'll hear that. It's a short, thick stick used as a weapon. Okay. Henceforth, meaning from this time on or from that time on. O-er, O''er, means over. E-er, E''er, means ever. Thee, sound like thou. Thee means you as the singular object of a verb or preposition. So thee and thou, it's like you and you. Okay, so that's pretty much the majority of definitions that people may not understand, and it's not a hard read. It's just in a different dialect, a different and older English, if you will. So, with that, I'm going to read the preface to this and maybe the introduction. I probably will. So I'm going to. And then the next video will be chapter 1. Okay? So this is the preface to the original Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. The history of the translated... Oh, hold on. Sorry. My bad. I wasn't ready. Okay. The history of the tablets translated in the following pages is strange and beyond the belief of modern scientists. Their antiquity is stupendous, dating back some 36,000 years BC. The writer is Thoth, an Atlantean priest-king, who founded a colony in ancient Egypt. After the sinking of the mother country, he was the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, erroneously attributed to the Cheops. In it, he incorporated his knowledge of the ancient wisdom and also securely secreted records of the instruments of ancient Atlantis. For some 16,000 years, he ruled the ancient race of Egypt. From approximately 50,000 BC to 36,000 BC. At that time, the ancient barbarous race among which he and his followers, sorry, let me go back where I was, had been raised to a high degree of civilization. Thoth was an immortal. That is, he had conquered death, passing only when he willed, and even then not through death. His vast wisdom made him ruler over the various Atlantean colonies, including the ones in South and Central America. When the time came for him to leave Egypt, he erected the Great Pyramid over the entrance to the great halls of Amenti, placed in it his records, and appointed guards for his secrets from among the highest of his people. In later times, the descendants of these guards became the pyramid priests, while Thoth was deified as the god of wisdom, the recorder, by those in the age of darkness which followed his passing. In legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, the halls of the gods, where the soul passed after death for judgment. During later ages, the ego of Thoth passed into the bodies of men in the manner described in the tablets. As such, he incarnated 3 times, in his last being known as Hermes, the thrice-born. In this incarnation, he left the writings known to the modern occultist as the Emerald Tablets, a later and far lesser exposition of the ancient mysteries. The tablets translated in this work are 10, which were left in the Great Pyramid in the custody of the pyramid priest. The 10 are divided into 13 parts for the sake of convenience. The last 2 are so great and far-reaching in their import that they are present is forbidden to release them to the world at large. However, in those contained herein are secrets which will prove of inestimable value to the serious student. They should be read, not once, but 100 times, for only thus can the true meaning be revealed. A casual reading will give glimpses of the beauty, but more intensive study will open avenues of wisdom to the seeker. But now, a word as how to these mighty secrets came to be revealed to the modern man after being hidden for so long. Some 1300 years BC, Egypt, the ancient Kem, was in turmoil, and many delegations of priests were sent to the other parts of the world. Among these were some of the pyramid priests who carried the emerald tablets as a talisman by which they could exercise authority over the less advanced priestcraft of races descended from the other Atlantean colonies. The tablets were understood from legend to give the bearer authority from Thoth. The particular group of priests bearing the tablets immigrated to South America, where they found a flourishing race, the Mayas, who remembered much of the ancient wisdom. Among these, the priests settled and remained in the 10th century. The Mayas had thoroughly settled the Yucatan, and the tablets were placed beneath the altar of one of the great temples of the sun god. After the conquest of the Mayas by the Spaniards, the cities were abandoned and the treasures of the temples forgotten. It should be understood that the Great Pyramid of Egypt has been and still is a temple of initiation into the mysteries. Jesus, Solomon, and Apollonius and others were initiated there. The writer, who has the connection with the Great White Lodge, which also works through the pyramid priesthood, was instructed to recover and return to the Great Pyramid the ancient tablets. This, after adventures which need not be detailed here, was accomplished. Before returning them, he was given permission to translate and retain a copy of the wisdom engraved on the tablets. This was done in 1925, and only now has permission been given for part to be published. It is expected that many will scoff, yet the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in these tablets will respond. Now, a word as to the material aspect of the tablets. They consist of 12 tablets of emerald green, formed from a substance created through alchemical transmutation. They are imperishable, resistant to all elements and substances. In effect, the atomic and cellular structure is fixed, no change ever taking place. In this respect, they violate the material law of ionization. Upon them are engraved characters in the ancient Atlantean language, characters which respond to attuned thought waves, releasing the associated mental vibration in the mind of the reader. These tablets are fastened together with hoops of golden color alloy, suspended from a rod of the same material. So much for the material appearance. The wisdom contained therein is the foundation of the ancient mysteries. And for the one who reads with eyes open and mind open, his wisdom shall be increased 100-fold. Read, believe or not, but read, and the vibration found therein will awaken a response in your soul. In Cosmic Harmony, Doriel, Supreme Voice of the Brotherhood. Okay, so I'm also going to read the introduction, and then the next video will be the Emerald Tablets. Get some drink here. Okay. In the following pages, this is the introduction, the original interpretation of the Emerald Tablets. Okay. In the following pages, I will reveal some of the mysteries, which as yet have only been touched upon lightly either by myself or other teachers or students of truth. Man's search for understanding of the laws which regulate his life have been unending, yet always just beyond the veil which shields the higher planes from material man's vision the truth has existed, ready to be assimilated by those who enlarge their vision by turning inward, not outward, in their search. In the silence of material senses lies the key to unveiling of wisdom. He who talks does not know. He who knows does not talk. The highest knowledge is unutterable, for it exists as an entity in planes which transcend all material words or symbols. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths, and many times the door is not opened because the key seems so great that the things which are beyond and are not visible. If we can understand that all keys, all material symbols are manifestations, are but extensions of a great law and truth, we will begin to develop the vision which will enable us to penetrate beyond the veil. All things in all universes move according to law, and the law which regulates the movement of the planets is no more immutable than the law which regulates the material expressions of man. One of the greatest of all cosmic laws is that which is responsible for the formation of man as a material being. The great aim of the mystery schools of all ages has been to reveal the workings of the law which connects man, the material, and man, the spiritual. The connecting link between the material man and the spiritual man is the intellectual man, for the mind partakes of both the material and immaterial qualities. The aspirant for higher knowledge must develop the intellectual side of his nature and so strengthen his will that he is able to concentrate all the powers of his being on and in the planes he desires. The great search for light and love only beings on the material plane. Carried to its ultimate, its final goal is complete oneness with the universal consciousness. The foundation in the material is the first step. Then comes the higher goal of spiritual attainment. In the following pages, I will give an interpretation of the Emerald Tablets and their secret, hidden and esoteric meanings, concealed in the words of Thoth and many meanings that do not appear on the surface. Light of knowledge brought to bear upon the tablets will open many new fields for thought. Read and be wise, but only if light of your own consciousness awakens the deep-seated understanding which is the inherent quality of the soul, and threefold light, Duriel. Okay, so that's all that. So the next video I will be, and this is a book that I'm reading, you can get on Amazon. I think it was like $11, $12, something like that. It says $16 on here, but I don't think it was even that much. They even got a copy that's $2. But the reason why I like this copy is because it has the translation of the Emerald Tablets by Thoth, and then his translation of the tablets by Thoth. I'm only going to be reading Thoth's translation, and then maybe after I finish that, I may go back and read his translation. If you want me to, just let me know. But yes, so it's going to be exciting. So you can listen to this while you're going to sleep, or you can listen to it while you're driving in the car, or wherever, and just listen, because you're going to get the same vibrations. I mean, you can read it, and I recommend to read it, because you need to read it 100 times, or you can listen to my videos 100 times. Because it's the vibration of the words, of the message that's getting inside of you, that's going to awaken your soul. So remember that. Anyways, if you like this video, like it. And if you have more questions about any words, definitions, or anything else about the introduction or preface of the tablet, let me know. I love you all. See you soon. The next video will be the first chapter of the Emerald Tablets. See ya.